Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog Hockey, and with us now, the head coach of the Bulldogs, Rob Daniels. And Coach, welcome back to the show.
Rob, it's good to be here.
Past weekend, the Bulldogs opening CCHA action and a series split, another hard-fought series against Alaska here in Big Rapids.
Yeah, it's good to get into the CCHA and start playing some conference games, and we're all about that right now. Certainly good. We knew they were going to be good coming in. They had beat North Dakota, the number 2 team in the country, and Merrimack the previous weekend to win their own tournament. And so we knew they were going to be tough. We knew they were going to be good. And actually, 2 very good games. I mean, we ended up with a split on the weekend, but given the circumstances and where we're at right now, it's not what we want. We would like to, obviously, especially winning Friday night, like to have the sweep, but understanding that wasn't going to be the case, I still look back and say, you know what, we got a lot accomplished in this past weekend.
As we go to the highlights of Friday's game, you come out, they take a 2-0 lead, but your team battles back and ends up pulling out a 6-3 victory.
Yeah, and that's the second game in a row that we've fallen behind early by 2 goals, and that was disappointing. But and then we come back to tie it 2-2 in the first, and then they get a late goal, which I thought would be a bit of a heartbreaker for our team. They got a late goal at the end of the period to go up 3-2, and it was really off a fluky bounce. It was just a shot that hit the backboards, came up over our net, and the kid picks it out of the air. We're going to see it in the highlights here in a minute, but and that could have been a really that could have been a backbreaker for our team. It's tough falling down to 2. You climb your way back into a tie. Then it's an old hockey axiom that you don't want to give up a goal in the last minute of a period. But you know what? We stuck with it, and we're showing that we've got the resilience to play well. In this game here too, Travis White really started to play well. Because of the losses on Arnauza and some other things, we put Travis White on the power play, and he had 2 power play points. Here's the one assist right here on a great play by Travis. But the bad news is he lost Travis now to an upper body injury going into Saturday night's game.
As you mentioned, that power play unit, 2 of 3 in the game on the power play. Kyle Bonus with both goals, but both Travis White, as you mentioned, and Jason Binkley with assists on both goals.
Yeah, and it's good to see it, and it's good to get some power play goals right now. That's one unit that we're really high on, right? But we just can't seem to find a healthy defenseman for the one spot out there. For a while, it was Arnauza. And then during the course of the week, we had hopes that we were going to be able to get Scotty back in the lineup. He had practiced in a non-contact way all week and quarterbacked the power play. Here you're going to see the second power play goal that's coming up. It's going to be a nice feed from White right there, right over to Bonus, who's obviously a finisher for us. But, we expected Arnauza to be in there, and then all of a sudden, we find out that, hey, one of the MRIs came back, and there was a little bit more of an issue than we first realized. So he's going to be out for a few more weeks now. And that gave Whitey the opportunity. So, it's good to see the power play units clicking, but we're going to have to try to find a way to solidify the personnel on that unit.
On a positive, it seems like you had some freshmen that stepped in and played well as the weekend went on.
Yeah, we sure did. We ended up with 4 freshman defensemen in the lineup on Saturday night, and I'm really happy with how they played. I mean, it was a 2-2 game on Saturday night. It was 2-2 with under a minute to go, and again, with this game, we took a 1-0 lead, but we fell behind 2-1. We tied it up midway through the third, and we had a blown coverage by a veteran forward near the end of the third, and it cost us the game. But by no stretch was a fault of our freshman defenseman. And going into the weekend with the power that UAF has up front in terms of their forwards. If you said, hey, with 4 freshmen, do you hold 3 goals or less? I'd say, hey, we got a good chance of winning this game.
With the highlights from Saturday's game, again, you come out on the short end of a 3-2 setback on Saturday night after winning the opener 6-3. But what positives do you take out of Saturday night's game?
Well, I was worried going in. I really was. I was worried of how we were going to do just because the inexperience we have on defense. And I thought going in, hey, if we got the win Friday, that was really important. And certainly we want to be greedy and sweet, but I was really concerned going in. I'm like, oh, geez, just hope we play well here and let's see what happens. But then you get to the end and you're like, hey, we got a chance to win this thing again, and we're getting some real big contributions from people we hadn't expected to. And then to lose it the way we did, it ended up being pretty bitter, pretty tough pill to swallow. But we're not going to have a lot of time to worry about that. We'll take what the lessons we learned from it going forward and get ready for a really good Miami team.
C.J. Mott certainly tested this past weekend. It seemed like Alaska was able to get a lot of shots and had a big shot advantage both nights.
You know, they did, Rob, and sometimes, you know, you give up a lot of shots. You say, well, most of them for the outside, but that's not the case here. They had a lot of good high-scoring chances, a lot of quality opportunities. So, you know what, C.J. Mott was really, really good on the weekend. Now, we've got one other issue up front, like in terms of our forward lines. For whatever reason, we can't find the right chemistry with our third and fourth lines, and we're getting unbelievable production out of Willett, our top line, and then also of Corey Kane's line. So we're really doing well there, but we've got to try to find some kind of rhythm and some kind of the right chemistry. We certainly got the talent on those two lines. We got to find the right chemistry so that they can help contribute too.
Much like Alaska, you've got Miami coming in this weekend, third straight weekend at home here in Big Rapids, and another tough match. It seems like all these league games go to the wire.
Yeah, they do, and boy, I would guarantee, and you're the sports information director, you know this better than I, but almost every game with Miami over the past 10 years probably has come down to a one-goal game. It seems like overtime. We've had more shootouts, it seems like, against Miami. So I would expect these to be close games. You know, one mistake, one way or the other, probably be the difference. But Miami's got a great team. They knocked off Michigan at Michigan on Saturday night. Themselves, though, a little bit young on defense as well, though, and they've had a little bit of turnover in personnel. So I think it should be a pretty good matchup. And, you know, it's just another test for our team right now. And so far, I like what I see. We're not where we want to be, but I think we've got a potential between now and the end of the year to be a pretty darn good hockey team. We're just not there yet.
Well, Coach, best of luck as you get ready to take on Miami this weekend in Big Rapids, Friday and Saturday, 7:05 p.m.
Thanks, Rob.
We'll be back and talk Bulldog volleyball after this timeout. This is Ferris Sports Update.